to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I'm Stockwell. As you can see, I'm traveling again for work. I'm in my car. This next one, I'll start with an apology. I took way too long on this one for a variety of reasons. What we have is Yahz Ka-Hopi. Okay, so Hopi, as in the Native American tribe, Hopis. And, you know, Yahz Ka-Hopi, he goes by Yahz. He goes by Yahz Ka-Hopi. The album is called Yahz Ka-Hopi. And at one point I asked him where he was from, and he said Ka-Hopi, right? So I know that he's originally from, like, literally the reservation in Arizona. I believe he lives near St. Louis now. I met him at the Gathering of Dreams when I hosted the Nightmare stage. He was literally the first act to play that gathering, and I knew very, very little about him at that time. But what I remembered from his set are two things. Number one, he brought like this super elaborate stage set with him that was handcrafted and super cool. It was very Juggalo heavy, Joker card, Fago. It was really cool though. And secondly, I thought the beats were fantastic. And that's kind of how I feel about this album. The beats are super fantastic, but the lyrics and stuff just isn't up to par. And I'll just say yet, okay? Because I believe this to be his first album. So, you know, the rhyming, in my opinion, is too simple. Oftentimes it's offbeat. The hooks are too simple. Sometimes there's like singing hooks, and the majority of the time the singing is not great. I'd recommend against that moving forward. It's 90s hip hop in both the beats and the delivery and flow, with the exception of one track, which is called Gorific Hip Hop. That one he tries to be more, let's say, lyrical, and he kind of changes his flow drastically. And for me, I'm not a fan of that one because I've talked about this before, but just because things like, you know, equality, you know, psychology and chivalry sort of rhyme and have similar sounds, they don't necessarily make sense together, right? So I've talked about that in the past, where just because you feel like you're being more lyrical by saying big words doesn't necessarily mean it makes sense. For those of you who are just like super Juggalo, you only fuck with ICP and maybe Ouija, and that's that, and you only fuck with Juggalo music, then you know what? You're going to dig this, because it is crazy Juggalo heavy. Again, I've touched on that before in the past. The truth is that I'm rooting for this dude. Okay, I really am. I like the dude personally. Hung out with him the last couple gatherings, off and on. He's got a really like solid crew around him, people that really support him, and they were very generous to me on more than one occasion the last couple gatherings. I'm a huge fan of them as people, so I hope that he continues to grind here and get better. Again, I think the beats are fantastic. I think that his like storytelling and stuff, it's cool, and it's got like a cool basis, but just lyrically in the hooks, it's just not there yet. So continue to grind, man. I'm rooting for you 100%. So again, you can check it out for yourself as always. Yahz Ka-Hopi. I am going to try to find a link to put below. I'm going to be dead honest, that is also quite difficult, but I'm going to try and find a link. So until next time, thanks for checking these out, everybody. Thanks.
FagoLovers.net. They've covered some of my interviews. Is it Fago Lovers at the website?
Fago Lovers, yeah. I think so, yeah. I don't know if that's a website, right?